Well, hello. Hello, Infiltration Rises. Good to have you on tonight. So tonight I think I'm going to be doing mainly a playtest. Infiltration Rises is one of our followers, and they have actually bought some models, so thank you very much for supporting me. Let's get straight to doing a bit of playtesting. I've done some extra work on the app recently, which includes managing the turns. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Managing the turns and also managing the characters' turns and also managing the players' turns. So that's kind of really what I would like to be playtesting tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the application in the window on the bottom right. And I'm obviously going to bring up two versions of this because I will be basically playing myself for this playtest. So let's get another window open, and I'll open it in a private window. Let's get that there. Let's close that. Tell you what, whilst I'm doing this, I will change the screen to show you the application. Hey, brilliant, Brilliant. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Brilliant. Well, what's up? Thank you for joining, and you are another supporter of this application and game, and I really appreciate you coming on tonight. Thank you very much. I'm going to do some play testing tonight with some new features that I've been doing. So hopefully it will give you a good idea of what the game is about and how you play it. So first off, that looks like it's not refreshed. So brilliant. Really looking forward to having you guys on board here. You'll have to bear with me. This is kind of like the first time I've ever done live streams, so I'm a bit of a noob. But I really appreciate you both coming on. Thank you. Right, let's log in here with this user, and then let's log in with my other user. Yeah. Now then, let's clear our Showdown that we had created so it's fresh. And let's have a look at the party I have. So I've got the Scots Lawmen here. I've got a US Marshal with a carbine, short rifle, and a deputy with a revolver. I think I'm quite happy to just keep it with two characters on each party at the moment for this playtest. Obviously you can have as many characters as you would like. Oh, Pillion, are the rules out? They are not at the moment. I have a tab here for the rules, and they will be coming very soon with the very basic rules. But at the moment there's no page for this. I've just got the button for it. I would say within the next week or so it will be out with the basic rules. This will be a good sort of like taster for you to see the rules. But let's go back to the party for the Scots Bad Boys. So the gang boss has a carbine, short rifle as well, and a revolver. So I've kind of made these two parties very similar, so it's well balanced at the moment. As you can see, I've gone for a $60 limit on the parties here. At some point, there will be a way to define how many, how much a party can be. Yes, the Outlaws are much better. I would agree. I know you two are both wanting to play as the Outlaws, so so 60. So all the numbers, even the dice rolls, everything at the moment is subject to be changed. So yeah, the dollars are like points. I'm using dollars obviously because of the setting being the Wild West. Obviously, when it comes to balancing, I'm going to be changing things here and there as they need to be changed to make the game more balanced. But at the moment, these are the arbitrary figures that I've given everything. So yes, so we've got the two parties here. Since the last time I've gone live, I've added the action points characteristic for each character. As you can see, the gang boss has 2 action points, the gunslinger has 2, same as the marshal and the deputy. I was thinking about making the gang boss and the US marshal have 3 action points each, but at the moment I'm sticking with 2. We'll see how that goes. So the next thing I want to do is I want to create the showdown. So let's go here. I'm picking the Scots lawman. It is going to be this person as the opponent, and it's the Scots bad boys. Create the showdown. Go to the other user. View the showdown. So we're both kind of in the lobby now, having these two. So each player can click ready when they're ready, and the showdown then changes its status to in progress. Who goes first is random. It's totally random and picked by the application. I may make it a decision in the future for you to choose based on maybe a roll of the dice. But at the moment, the roll of the dice is all done via the application. So, yes, let's move this back to the screen where we can actually see the game. So we've got the 2 parties in the showdown. Let marshals go first. I'm afraid I can't now, it's set. It looks like the outlaws have it for the first turn. But what I need to do now is I need to actually set up the board. As you can see, I've actually set the players up, the characters up in positions that were already in a game. So I'll bend the rules as much as you want. I need to move my mic. I'm going to come back and check on the quality of the mic in a minute, because I need to go to the gaming table. Okay, so the first thing we've got is the 2 characters. The outlaws are here, and we've got the marshals there. These are the counters that define which character they are on the application. So we've got a number 2 and a number 1. So I'm just going to check. So we've got the gunslinger as 2, and the gang boss as 1, and the marshal as 1, and the deputy as 2. So yeah. This guy is going to be the gang boss, so I'm going to put 1 next to him. This guy is going to be the gunslinger, put the 2 next to him. This guy is the marshal, put the 1 next to him. This guy is the deputy, put the 2 next to him. So the scenery has already been set up, and I have set it up in a way that makes it very symmetrical. So as you can see, we've got some cover here and some cover here, with the rocks, the hard cover of the barrels, the 2 crates, 2 cacti, and a crate in the middle. Now, the objective of the game is obviously you can take objectives, and there's 3 objectives in this game. There's the campfire in the middle, the signpost over here, and a chest over here. Now then, is the sound quality okay? I'm hoping it's not too bad, the sound quality. I can turn the mic up if need be. So, the first thing we need to do is place the characters on the board. Now the rules at the moment are, the game plays on a 3x3 mat board. Obviously I think we'll be able to increase that if need be in the future. Each player takes a side and they get to place their characters 6 inches from the side. Now because it's the outlaws to go first, they can place first. So I'm going to place the gang boss 6 inches in here. Put the token 1 next to him so we know that that's character number 1 on the application. Now that the outlaws have had a turn, the marshals can do exactly the same. So with the marshal, I'm going to place him 6 inches there. Place the token 1 next to him so we know it's him. Then we'll go back to the outlaws, and the gunslinger is probably, I'm going to place him just here. Because that's a capture point. And I'm going to do exactly the same here, but with the deputy with his marker number 2. Right, I have to keep walking back and forward to see the chat window, so bear with me if I'm a bit slow at replying to any of your messages. Looks good. 6, 7. Do you mean on the inches? 6? Yes, I thought 6 was a good distance. Right. So I'm happy enough now for the first turn to actually happen. What I might do though is just now, if we've got it, I'm just going to show you a close-up view of everything. You just bear with me. There we go. It's working. Let's have a nice close-up view of everything. So, first off, gang boss here. The gunslinger here, with that nice objective of the chest being there. Let's move round, and we'll go for the Marshal, US Marshal himself, ready there. Let's take up some cover and shoot at whatever's over there. And we have the deputy over here, ready to take this objective of the signpost. Who knows what will happen with this objective? We'll just have to see how the battle, or the showdown, as we're calling them, how the showdown goes down. Cinema mode. I mean, I could turn the camera around to make it cinematic, definitely. How would that work? I think I'd have to change it in knobs, but we'll keep it as that for now. Let's go back to the main screen. Okay. Good, good, good. Well, let's see. The dice roll does make a big difference to see who's going to have it, but let's have the first turn. And it is with the Outlaws. And I think I'm going to choose. Okay, so this is a rule that I need to explain. It's the turns, basically. It's a little bit complicated, but I think once you understand it, it's not that complicated. So I'm going to try and explain it. So for now, the player who has the first turn is the Outlaws. They get to choose one of their characters that have not already taken a turn. Obviously, neither of them have taken a turn. So I would say, for example, go for the gang boss. He would take all his turns, his action points, sorry, and then that would be the end of that player's turn. It would then move to the Marshal's player's turn. They get to pick one of their characters to play. Okay, I think that's coming out the is this coming out of the laptop's mic, I think, so bear with me, I'm sorry about this. Is that better? You're still there. I'm still here. Right. Yeah, sorry about that. Don't know why that went off then. Okay, I don't know where you heard up to, but I basically used one action point to move the gang boss from here up to here around the soft cover, and that was his first action point. Now his thank you guys, thank you very much. Now his next action point, as you can see, this gang boss has taken a turn now. The gunslinger can not actually do anything now because the gang boss has taken a turn. So the gang boss will now use his weapon, which is a short rifle, the carbine. It's got a range of 18 inches. So let's have a look at what he can shoot. Who should we shoot? Who should we shoot? Well, he's not in range. And he is just in range. So it's going to be the deputy he's going to shoot. He's got to shoot the deputy. So let's use the carbine. Now in this screen you have to choose the opposition character that you're aiming at. Please don't worry about these numbers at the moment, they're just there for random generated IDs. They'll be gone at some point. And we can see that the deputy's got the marker 2, which he does have marker 2 here. He has 3 wounds, he's got a grit of 8, so we'll be targeting the deputy. Now then, is the deputy in cover? Now cover will be in the rules, but basically cover means if the character is within 1 inch of cover, they're classed as being in cover. So it's got nothing to do with line of sight, it's to do with range. Now he's not within 1 inch of cover, so there is no cover for him. So I need to roll a 7 or below, that's on my aim skill of the gang boss. I need to roll 7 or below to hit. So are you ready? 7, just. So he's hit. Let's have a hit. Now then, with the carbine, short rifle, it has a damage of 2d12 and I've got to roll an 8 or above to wound. See how many wounds we get then. 2 wounds! Oh dear! Looks like the outlaws have got it here. Almost killed the deputy. So let's confirm that. Let me just move over to the app screen just very briefly. So you can see this. We have 2d12, rolls of 8 or above, I need to put or above here, and I've done 2 damage, so we'll confirm that. And the other user will get a notification that says the deputy has taken 2 wounds. This is a technology that I've decided to use, which is called Signal R, which means when you're in a showdown, you are both connected to a game like you would a multiplayer game when you're playing online any other game. So you can send messages back and forth to the client or to the other users. So anyway, the deputy, yeah, please don't take too much notice of this number. As I said, it's a unique identifier at the moment. It's taken 2 wounds. So if we have a look at our deputy, it's down to 1 wound. Now then, that's all my turns taken as the outlaws. As you can see, no turn here. This guy now has no turns, the gang boss. Action points 0. So I will now click complete your turn. Goes over to the other player's screen, and it's the marshal's turn. Come on, marshals. What shall we do then? Shall we have the US Marshal move and shoot, or the deputy move and shoot? Let's have a look at the game so far. So, you can allow measuring wherever you'd like. So the US Marshal has the short rifle, which has an 18-inch range. So he would have to sort of like move up the other side of here to be able to shoot the gunslinger. I mean, 18 inches. I mean, if he came up to here, he could shoot the gang boss. Obviously, he's behind what you would call full soft cover. I'll explain that in a minute. Or we can have the deputy move. He, however, has a revolver, which only has, I think, let's have a look what the range is on the revolver. 12. It's not too bad. So, yes. So what should we do? We could move the deputy up to the control point, capture point, and shoot him, or have the marshal move up and shoot either of those. What do you guys think? What should we go for? They're going to run away. Well, I'm going to make a decision then. I saw gang boss there just as I walked away. The deputy's going to move up to here. And his movement's 8, so he's got plenty of movement. He's going to move up to there. And he's going to shoot the gang boss. So the first thing I need to do is go over to this player's application, go to the deputy, set actions, and his first action was to move. He's got 1 action point left. And then we'll go to his weapons. We're going to use his revolver, and he's targeting the gang boss. Now then, cover. This is where I need to talk about cover. Let's go for a close-up camera, just to explain. Can you still hear me? Testing. Yes. So there's, I think we've got 2, 4, 6 types of cover at the moment, which is quarter soft cover, quarter hard cover, half soft cover, half hard cover, full soft cover, full hard cover. Now, soft will be things like the cactus. That's soft cover. Hard cover is anything like a crate, a barrel, a fence, and rocks. Now, what determines it to be quarter, half, or full is whether or not it covers the full body height, or half of it, or quarter of it. So this would be classed as full soft cover because it's the same height as the character. Whereas, let's say for example, let's just move him. Oh no, we've got one that we can show. The deputy there is, it's a bit hard to show you, but because of the angle, because of the angle, but the Deputy is in half hardcover. But then if we went for something that's a little bit smaller like this rock, let's just put it there, that's a quarter. That's quarter hardcover. So hopefully that explains cover a little bit. Make sense? Seemed a little bit complicated. Well, the difference is it affects your roll to hit. So if I go back to the app screen, so if they're in no cover, the roll to hit is a 6 or below. That's based on his aim skill. So if we went for quarter hard cover, it's -1. Quarter soft cover is actually 0, so it's still 6. Half hard cover is -2. Hard soft cover is -1. Full hard cover is -3. And full soft cover is -2. Now then, he is, technically, it's not got anything to do with line of sight, it's the fact that he's within 1 inch. Oh, let me go back to the gang boss is within 1 inch of the soft cover, the full soft cover, so he gets that bonus. So for this guy to hit, the Deputy to hit the gang boss, he needs to get a 4 or below, which isn't great. So let's give it a go. 4 or below. 6. So he misses. Shocking marshals. And that's both of his action points used now. So that means this player has completed their turn. It looks like the Outlaws are on top. Now then, the fact that the gang boss had a turn last go means he can't do anything. Let me go back to the app screen for you. The gang boss had a turn last go, so he's got no turn. So that means we can't use the move, can't use his weapon. That means we're going to have to go with a gunslinger this turn. So let's go back to the screen here, and we should probably do the same, where we move up the gunslinger. He can move 8, but he only needs to move 7. Up to the chest as a capture point. And he has a range of 12, which he can't shoot anyone. So we could technically move again. So let's just have a think about this. Let's move him back. Please bear with me, this is a playtest. So if he can't shoot anyone because no one's in range, maybe the best thing to do is to have both of his actions as move actions, which means if he can move 8 each turn, he can move 16 in total, which means he could come up and capture this. The campfire in the middle. Now then, the middle capture point, although this isn't built into the actual application yet, which it will do soon, it will be the game results at the end of the game to determine who's won. But the middle capture point will be worth 2, and these 2 capture points will be worth 1. So currently then, in terms of capture points, the Outlaws are winning, and they are winning with the amount of wounds they've done. So let's go to the app screen. He'll be back. I care. So the gunslinger has moved once and moved twice. That's both. Oh, camera's frozen. Is it still frozen? You can go to this one and then you can see me. Has it frozen? Game table camera. Right, well, you see my hand there? Could you see my hand there? Pillion? No. Okay, right. Let me. Yes, okay. What can we do to prove that this is working? Let's put my tape measure there, right in the middle. Yes, can't see it, can we? So, let's go back to this. Properties, deactivate, activate. Now then, can you see my tape measure in the middle? Oh, let's go back to that. Yes, good. Right, well, I'm sorry about that. We've got a couple of hiccups today. I'm sure I'll be able to sort them out in the future. Hopefully you've noticed then that we have moved the gunslinger from here to there with 2 moves. Hopefully that was the only thing you missed. Thank you for understanding. Right, so let's go back to the app screen. So they've both had their turns now, as you can see. No action points left because he moved and he had his turn last go. So I'm going to complete my turn. I'm going to go back to the other player's turn. And obviously the deputy had his go last, so it's going to be the US Marshal. Let's see what we can do with the US Marshal this time. And he is, where is he? He's right there on the top left. Come on, Marshals. Come on, Marshals. Let's have you. Let's have you, Marshals. Let's. So he has actually got range to shoot him there. He could do 2 action points of 2 shots. Or we can move him up to this hard cover, the half hard cover, for 1 action point, then shoot. It's the risky business. Do we shoot from here twice, or move and shoot once? Move to cover and shoot. Yes. Take the safe route. Move to cover. So that's 1 move for an action. So let's just log that. The reason why we log all of the actions is at the end of the game, all of this will be transcribed to provide a sort of narrative to the game. So, actions, he's moved, and then he's going to use that. And who is he attacking? Who should we attack? They're both in range. He's 16, he's 12. It's either full soft cover or half hard cover, both the same modifiers, so it doesn't really matter. I would suggest shooting the gang boss, the one in the light cover. What do you think? Shooting this guy, Pillion? Yes. that is the gang boss then. Targeting the gang boss. Oh, you wanted me to move to the light cover. Did you want me to move to the light cover? You mean here? Could just be in range of it, yeah. Obviously we can change it. Oh, shoot the light cover. Yep, that's definitely right. It's the gang boss. We're shooting the gang boss here. So he is in full soft cover. He needs a 5 or below to hit. 5 or below. You ready? Oh, 9. He misses. So that's his turn taken. Let's complete that. Yeah. I might have to change some of these values because they do seem quite low. But let's see. Right, we've got the back to the outlaws now, and as you can see, because both have had their turn now and they've used both the action points, both become available to be used. Melee. I haven't actually worked that one out just yet. First off, what I think I need to do is make sure everyone has fists by default, and then you can have things like knives and spears and tomahawks as additional, and it's going to be pretty much the same as let's move over to the app screen. What it's going to be used on, I think, will be something like the reflexes. The reflexes will be the characteristics you need to roll on to see whether or not you can hit them, and it will be the grit against the target that they'll have to roll above to wound once again. But I'm afraid that is a feature that I haven't rolled up completely just yet. This playtest I think is mainly going to be for the ranged and the turn times and the turn counter, making sure that they can use their action points correctly. So yeah, if you don't mind, we will continue with some ranged pieces. And there is a feature that I do need to dev tonight, I think, maybe, and that's the fact that when someone dies, that's it, they're out of the game, which we haven't got just yet. So let's see if we can do that anyway. Let's go with the gang boss. And let's go with the gang boss, and let's just have him shoot twice at... Let's go back to the main screen. So the gang boss, with the rifle, is going to shoot the deputy, because I think that's the one on... Is that the guy that's on 1 health? He has got 1 wound. By the way, can you see the app screen okay in the bottom left, or does it need zooming in a bit more? Because I'm not 100% sure whether or not that's visible or not. Either way, the gang boss, is a little small, yeah. Also, I think the style could be improved. The tables at the moment, and I think there could be more prominent values. Either way, the gang boss is just going to have both of his actions of hitting the deputy. So the gang boss shooting the deputy twice. Target the deputy. The deputy is in half hard cover. That means I need to roll a 5 or below. Come on then. This could kill him. Oh, he's got 3. He's got a 3. I'm afraid it looks like the outlaw's going to have it. He's not living. He's rigged. So he's hit. 2 damage dice. 8 or above to wound. This could kill him. A 6 and a 1. He survives. That's something I need to do. I need to reset this each time. Well, that was his first action point. He has another. He's going to target the deputy again. 5 or below. He's surely he's not going to do it again. A 7. He misses. It's the end of the outlaw's turn. To the marshal's turn. Dirty outlaws. Come on then, marshals. Let's go with the US Marshal. Clearly rigged. You can't rig a dice roll. Well, I suppose you could, but not these ones. The US Marshal, I think, is going to shoot the gunslinger this time. Both his shots. So the US Marshal is going to use his carbine on the gunslinger, and he is in half hard cover. So we need to roll a 5 or below. He's got a 1. Now I'm thinking for the limits, 1s and 12s, etc., are going to be like criticals. But at the moment it's not. So he's hitting. 2d12. Oh, look at that. A 9 and a 10. Of course, 2 wounds. Oof. Gunslinger's taken 2 wounds. And for his second action, he's going to do exactly the same. Hitting the gunslinger. Behind half hard cover. 5 or below. 5, he's just got it. This could be the death of the gunslinger. Come on, deputy. Oh no, not the deputy. US Marshal. Poof. He's dead. A 12 and a 9. So that's 2 damage done. Dead. Right, let me explain how the wounds work then. So let me just complete this turn. Now the issue here is, which is something that I wanted to dev tonight, I probably should have done it before I play tested. This guy has got 0 wounds, but he's still able to use his weapon and move, which I will sort out maybe after this playtest. I've got a couple of things I want to dev tonight before I finish, but let me explain the wounds. The wounds. Right. Sorry, I'm just realising there's a bit of an issue with the fact this guy's dead. This gang boss is the only one left, but because he's taken a turn, and the gunslinger was meant to be taking his turn first, that needs to be wiped out, so it could go straight back to the gang boss. It's a bug, I'll sort it out. It'll probably be something I'm going to be deving in the next, I don't know, half an hour. But yeah, the wounds, let me explain the wounds. Let me just say this guy moved twice. Complete turns. Complete, and then we'll go back. Right. So the gang boss. It would have been the gang boss's turn next. So the gang boss is here. This guy's basically dead. Gang boss is here. He's shooting the deputy. He's got a range of 18. He's 12 inches away. He's behind hard. He's got hard half cover. Half hard cover. So, if I show you the app screen, and it's the deputy. Basically, if we go for the gang boss, the roll to hit is based on their aim. So he's got an aim of 7, with the modifiers to do with cover. So if there was no cover, he would get a flat 7 or below to hit. Once he's hit, the weapon itself has a number of damage dice, 2d12. So you roll 2d12, and what you need to do is the character you're aiming at, you need to get his level of grit or above. It's 8 to wound him. So every single dice that you roll that's an 8 or above creates a wound on that character. Hopefully that makes sense, Infiltration Risers. If not, I can try and explain it again. But where we were going was gang boss is going to shoot the deputy with 1 wound left. I'm glad you understand that. Yeah, I will obviously be doing more live streams to explain things, but also hopefully the rules will be coming out soon. So the gang lord well, I'm just glad you both understand it now. The gang lord is shooting the deputy who is behind half hard cover. He needs to get 5 or below to hit. I have blue dice for the marshals and red for the outlaws. 5 or below to hit, and he's missed. So he will get a miss. He will use a second action to target him again. 5 again, and he's missed. Oh dear. It looks to me like the marshals are doing it here. the Marshalls could be doing it here. So the Marshalls don't have the US Marshal to have a go, but they have the Deputy. The Deputy has a revolver, which is 12 inches, which reaches. So let's go back to weapons, use. He's shooting the gang boss. He's got 4 wounds left. And he's in full soft cover, which is a 4 or below. He's got a 4. Looks like the Marshals are doing it. But it's only 1d12 for the revolver. 8 or above, 10. He's got a headshot. So the gang boss has taken a wound. He's going to target him again. He's got 3 wounds left. Full soft cover. 4 or below. No, not that time. Right, let's go back to this. Now you see, this is where the problem is, because the gunslinger is dead. He's still active. So, as I mentioned, I do want to be doing some dev tonight. So I'm wondering if this is a good point to stop actually playtesting, because if the playtest has come up to a point where I've identified the features of the application I'm working, I should probably stop playtesting. Ref. It's the ref's fault. So, guys, I'm not sure how you feel about this, but you are going to be a playtester. Looking forward to it. So, guys, I'm going to stay online. I'm going to stay on live. I'm going to do some dev now. And you're more than welcome to... I'm going to move the mic around because I won't be near the table. You're more than welcome to stay along and watch me dev. And actually, one of the first things I might dev is you gave me a really cool idea, and that was to create some more weapons. And let's just say, for example, on that playtest as well, the Marshalls definitely had it there. The Marshalls have clearly won. Yes, the TNT. I'm liking the idea of doing some TNT, so you can see me actually implement some new features, if you would like. TNT. So if you just bear with me whilst I'll get the dev screen up. Molotovs. I don't know if Molotovs were... They were around, weren't they, during the Wild West? Of course. All you needed was a glass bottle and some whiskey or something. Right. Dev screen. Here we are. Weapons. Let's get some weapon images. Now I've got 2 TNTs here. Although they don't seem to have... Yeah. Why? Just bear with me, guys, sorry. Something seems to be the matter with the images. Yep, I'll see you soon. Thank you very much for joining so far. I hope you've enjoyed it. Session expired. Brilliant, thank you. I'm glad you did. Just trying to get this D&D image, and then we can move on. I can show you how I've been doing the items. Right. There we go, the images are sorted now. Let me go back to the dev screen. There we go. So, I have two images for TNT here, TNT1, TNT2. I don't know which one you rather. I'm possibly going for TNT1. But let's start looking at seeding this into the database. So this is my seeding. I don't know if you guys know anything about coding, but this is C#. And it allows me to create the app that you're able to use. So TNT, this is a seeding routine. We've got to give it a little description. Basically nothing, that's fine. It's more about the big picture. So we need to give it a description. Explosive ranged weapon. So we give it a description, we need to give it a range, the number of damage dice, anything special, the cost, and the image. So the range, I'm going to say the range for throwing TNT, I'm going to go for 6 inches. I think that's good enough. The damage dice though, I'm going to say 3 at the moment. Definitely. The special stuff, I'm just going to put at the moment with any model under a 3-inch blast template is affected, and any hard or soft cover is destroyed. I think that's a good idea. Throw some TNT at a cactus and it blows up. It's gone. They can't use the cover anymore. What should I say the cost is? I'm going to say $10 at the moment. All this needs to be looked at as Yeah. All this needs to be looked at in terms of balancing at some point. Let's just rename this. So I've got to stick with the convention, lowercase TNT. That means the image lowercase TNT. Right, let's just have a quick look at that, shall we? What you might be interested in, you two, is the fact that I am currently printing 7 Native Americans. Right, because when I'm debugging this locally, I have to register and log in each time. It's a fresh database each time, so I just have to, when I'm testing it, I have to just create everything from fresh. So let's just quickly create a party with a US Marshal, go to the weapons, add a weapon, and there's his TNT, explosive ranged weapon. Range 6, damage dice 3d12, cost $10. Yeah. TNT. The US Marshal is rocking some TNT. Well, when I playtest that the next time, that will be fun. That will be real fun. Just lobbing some TNT at someone's face. Anyway, that was the fun bit of coding. Very simple. Put that line in. Is it single use? Now that's a very good point. Currently, it's not. You could use it as many times as you want. But technically, it probably should be single use. I'm not sure. Currently, it's multiple use, so it's like you've got a load of TNT in your pocket. That to me, yes, it would be OP if it was multiple. So that to me sounds like it's a dev session that I'd really have to get my head into working out how to remove the item once you've used it. I mean, we could do that now, but the main thing I wanted to look at was the whole when a character dies, that's managed properly, because it's not at the moment. So I will bear that in mind now. TNT is a one-use only item. So this might see, that was the fun bit, creating that really when it comes to coding. The next bit now is going to be a little bit more boring, may I say? But you know, it is what it is, and I enjoy doing it. It's making this app, and it's making the game. So I need to have a look at. So basically, when someone's dead, we need to disable their actions. Yes, so we need to disable all of their actions. So in the Showdown, we have action enabled, which is actually in the view Showdown. Can character use actions? So if it's not the user's turn, it's false. If the character has taken the turn, it's false. So straight away I can just put if the characters dot current wounds, no, what is it? It's So it will be there. So it's a characteristics dot where wounds is less or equal to 0. So if their wounds is less or equal to 0, they're basically dead, so they can't use any actions. You know, that's the way that is. I'm just going to move this up here so I know I'm not just talking to nobody, although I have been doing that for a few nights so far. Cool. So an API is basically what this application uses to get the information, and I need to check how the API is getting the information. Get the Showdown. This might be a whole load of complicated words and text. Yeah, so it changes the starting. Oh, it looks Chinese to me. Yes, I'm sure it does. But we can do a tiny we could do a tiny test now, just to see that this works. But this will just basically disable the character from being able to make any moves. Actually, before we do that, let's stop that. Let's just do something so it's a little bit more visual for the front end. Showdown party member. Let's put if party member dot characteristics first we need to get the wounds. Wounds dead. We want to show them being dead. Right, let's give that a blast. Just want to check something before we do that. Just want to make sure that the actual characteristic is called wounds. It is, it's called wounds. That's good. That's good. So, as before, because I'll be testing this myself in a Showdown, we need 2 separate windows. Login, parties. Have to do this each time because it's a fresh database, as I think I mentioned. Make sure we give them weapons. Make sure they both have a weapon. And we can go back to here, create a showdown between that party and that party. Showdown. Join the showdown. Both online. So we're ready. We're ready. Oh dear. That doesn't look good. What have I done there? What have I done there? It's that there. Shouldn't be there. That's it. Hopefully I can refresh that and it should. Oh, please don't tell me I'm going to have to restart it. This hot reload doesn't work all the time, which basically means... Right, that is a pain. Apologies. You're going to have to start again. Now, do you guys think there should be a turn timer, or should it be until all the other players' characters are dead? I'm leaning towards a showdown having a turn limit. What do you think? Turn limit, or everyone's dead from the other team? Well, that can be up for... I suppose you could, when you create a showdown, you could set that. So it's up to yourselves. I think that would be the best way to do it. Is obviously give each... So when you go here and you do create showdown, I'm using this of my party. I'm going to go with this opponent. Here we could have a setting to say, I don't know, how many turns limits, or none. Yeah, so either a turn timer or all dead. So a bit like what do they call it? Is it a death match? It could be a death match or a turn timer. In a way. Hopefully now, yes. So as you can see here, we've got the US Marshal. So what I'm going to do is, just to test this, I'm going to go to the weapons. I'm just going to use his carbine. I'm going to shoot the gang boss. I'm going to say he's hit. I'm going to say, even though it's 2 damage dice, I'm just going to say we've done 4 damage because that was how many wounds he's got. Confirm that. And yes, good. He's now classed as dead. Dead. 0 wounds. You can't move, can't use any actions. Great. So that sorts that out. But I know one other thing that it doesn't sort out is if you had multiple characters. And actually that then should end the game, because this this user on the left here, hello, what's up? I guess you guys are talking to yourselves, each other. I don't know. Obviously, you know what, if you guys don't want to hang around for the deving, I completely understand. Make different modes like hostage or whatever. I really do like the idea of having scenarios in this game. I just think that's something that's going to be further along down the line. We need to get the core rules set up first and the application, but definitely scenarios, hostages and bank robberies, or yeah. So yes, there is something else I need to do now. And I may be a little bit quieter whilst I try to work this out. Hmm. Yeah, I think I know how to do this actually. So it'd be the current health points is greater than 0. Do you listen to music while you code? I do, yes, a lot. It seems kind of boring. You know, I think if you're a coder, you love it no matter what. Because for me, it's a way to create things. It's very creative, and I just get enjoyment out of typing something in and then actually seeing the results. Oh, you love coding? Yeah. I mean, look, I love music as well, so I do often put music on, but I didn't think it would be I didn't think it would be a thing to do whilst I'm live streaming, but maybe it will be. Maybe it is. Maybe maybe I should start chucking on some tunes. Um, don't want to put anyone off though with my music taste, but I do have quite a different. I love all types of music, to be honest. Song recommendations. What kind of genres do you like? And then I can give you some recommendations. Let's give this a test. I think I've done what I needed to here. Do, 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 do. Log in, log in. Create a party, create a party. I tell you what, the amount of times I've done this though. I have created so many parties testing this. Not going to tell me your favourite genres? I used to love drum and bass. Not so much anymore. Now I'm older. um, I don't know the genre though. Green Day, classic. I used to love Green Day back in the day. They were a bit poppy though. But yeah, I've seen them live twice. Yes, I am like 40 something. I've kind of forgotten how old I am now, so. Green Day were kind of big when I was around in my teens, along with like, oh, I don't know, Nirvana. Definitely Nirvana. Oh no, what's happened there? Both waiting. Think something knackered up there. I'm just going to go back. Delete them. But modern day sort of music, I'm not too sure on, to be honest. There we go, we're in. So this party just has one, this party has two. So what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to basically kill one of them on that side. So let's kill the deputy. And then let's just say moved. Right, so the deputy is now dead. Can't use his actions. US Marshal can though, so let's just have him do 2 movements. That's his turn taken. Let's complete that. Goes back here. Let's just do 2 moves for this one. Complete the turn. Goes back here. Yes, good. So then that gives him back his actions, rather than allowing this guy to be able to be used anymore. Electronica, yeah. I love a bit of techno, trance. Yeah. Deep house. I've been to a couple of deep house festivals in Albania a couple of years back. It's good. Yeah. You like festivals? I love a good old festival. So maybe I hope you saw that. How now we can record the fact that someone's been killed. Albania, yes, Albania. Had some friends that went to one in Belgium. You probably heard of it. Tomorrowland. Big one. You rather listen at home. Yeah, it's a big difference between, you know, listening at home and going to a packed out festival. So yeah, so that new feature has actually been implemented decently. Um, yeah, it worked. It's worked okay. It's worked pretty good. I mean, I guess there's one thing I could just double check. And that's if I added 3, like another deputy here. Let's create another showdown. So that's the 3. Let's kill one of them. Complete the turn. So that's one deputy dead. Let's just use all that deputy's actions. That means he's got no turn. Go back here. Let's just move. Complete turn. So he's taken his turn. Yeah, good. So then if I go move, move, complete my turn. Move, move, complete turn. That should mean those both have got their turns available and he's still dead. Yeah. So then let's just go move, move, then complete that turn. This might be a bit fast for you, but weapons, let's kill the... we don't want them showing up here. That's one thing we can do. Let's kill that one. 3 damage. Oh yeah, I need to set them back to 0. 3 wounds taken. Next turn. Then the marshal's the only one with a turn available. Yeah, cool. Can you change the name of the deputies, etc.? Do you mean giving them their own specific names? Like Bob. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we were where you saw the number where it says deputy 0 point blah 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 blah. That's that unique name, which you'll be able to set yourself. So let's just do a few cleanup things. It's going to be law. Well, the law's pretty much the Wild West law at the moment. It's kind of true to life. So I'm looking at doing heroes in it. So we're going to have like Billy the Kid. Excuse me. Yeah, some actual real people. So I'm going to true to life lore, I think, at the moment. Billy the Kid. Yeah, can you think of any others? Sundance Kid? Wasn't he one? Come on. Colonel in the army. Yeah. So yeah, and there's the Indian guys, isn't there, as well? Native Americans, sorry. Kelly. Custom minis. Yeah. I'm looking at getting some custom minis built up for them. I could just do some googling, couldn't I, and find some. Ned Kelly, Billy the Kid. There was definitely a Colonel. Sundance Kid. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to them. Abraham Lincoln. What, what sort of era was Abraham Lincoln in? When was he around? Could he be involved? Yeah, 1875. That's sort of Western times, isn't it? Yeah. Let's have a look how the printing's going. Still quite a bit off that. Yeah, we're only on 48%. Got a camera inside it. It is very slow printing. Very slow. It's a resin printer. I don't know if you can see here that down here is a load of liquid resin, and this is the build plate, and it builds it sort of like upside down, but it's very slow. You're right. How long on average? Let's, for these 7 minis, what's it looking at? 3 hours 42. 3 hours 42. That is a long time. But resin is way better, like a million times better. And you'll find out when you get your minis through the post soon. They should be with you pretty soon. Now then, I just want to clean a few pieces up here because I saw it whilst I was doing the playtest and it really annoyed me. It's the used weapon, and it was the amount of damage done was not getting reset. Confirm wounds here, so damage done equals 0, so we need to reset that. And the other thing that I didn't like was the fact that the cover was cover modifier was always preset to what it was previously as well. And that was on the miss as well, so if you missed, we did that. New guy. I don't know, I don't have many followers. Could be anyone. Third guy. Say hello, third guy. Could be anyone. I've got a few friends from work that have this. I noticed there's a couple of people that don't publicly let you know who they are when they subscribe, so it could be anyone. It's all new to me, this streaming, so welcome anyway, third guy. Let's give this a test now. Hopefully this is all reset. Dokes. I don't know what Dokes is. I also have a 17-year-old son who pity viewed my live last night. for like 2 seconds. Which was funny. You know what? Dexter is one thing that I've not actually watched. I take it it's pretty good. Lots of people rave about it. US Marshal. Gang Boss. Another weapon. Don't really need to do much more than just go and create a showdown now for this test. Oh. No, I don't want to create a showdown. I want to view the showdown. Ready up and ready up. What's Vinland Saga? I've heard of that, Vinland Saga. Finland Saga. Is that the Viking thing, or am I thinking of something completely different? Right, so if we go weapons, use the weapon. Yeah, it's a show about Vikings. Yeah, yeah. Finland. Yeah, I've seen Vikings and what's that other one that had Vikings in? The Last Kingdom. That was quite good. Yeah, so I wanted to set this and just go miss. And just make sure that next time we go to it, it's back to no cover. Good. And then, so we go quad cover, we're doing 1 damage. Yeah, fine. Go over to here. Weapons, let's just use target that person. Hit, let's do 1 damage. And then when I do it again, it's no cover, good. Hit, and it's back just to 0 damage, good. That's all reset. Yeah, tell you what, reading books is much better than watching, because your imagination just makes it like a million times better, doesn't it? But it's having the patience and the time to read a book. I read Warhammer books. I love them. Didn't one of you say you were a Warhammer fan, or are you both Warhammer fans? Because yes. You're illiterate. Oh yeah, Warhammer. No me, no me. What, 40k or the old world, or what's the other one? Horus Heresy. I'm fantasy, the old world. Tyranids, yes. Nice. Yeah, only 40k I've got. Only 40k I have are these bad boys. Necrons. Yeah, it's big. Right, what was I doing? What was I doing? Gonna get rid of that showdown. Wanted to just add another character. Create a showdown again. Not really needing to test this, but probably worth it. So just do those two actions there. And what I want to do is I want to kill one of them. So we'll kill the deputy. And then, yeah, what I want to be able to do then is when I use this next time, yeah, the ones that I can target are the only ones that are alive. So that's perfect. That is exactly how I want it to work. Now, what time are we on? Oh, I think that is my time to be done, to be honest. I have to get up for work tomorrow at a reasonable time. 9 o'clock is normally my cut-off for this sort of thing. But I think that was good. That was good progress, to be honest. Yeah, good progress. Thank you. So I'm just going to commit this piece of work that I've done now, so it will be live on the site in about 10 minutes. Obviously, if you guys want to do some testing or try it yourselves, you're more than welcome to. So adding TNT and fixing dead characters. Fixing dead characters? Whatever. Thank you. No, I really, really appreciate you two coming on tonight. It's given me someone to talk to whilst I'm doing it, and I'm glad you've enjoyed the playthrough and you've sat through some of this deving. I'm going to try not do too much deving, although I might dedicate some specific sessions just to full dev, because there's so much work I need to do on the application, as you know. But, it took me a weekend and I got the shop up for you guys. There's plenty more to do. So, you are here right at the beginning. And I appreciate all of your feedback. Yeah, and I hope your models arrive soon. A1s, sure are. I mean, I would say I've been doing this for about a month at most. I've only been streaming for 4 days. I'm waiting to get 50 followers on TikTok before I can do some live TikToks. Don't know if that would be any good. So, no, not myself. I can't make 3D models. I've got someone doing them for me, but I tell you what, it costs a lot of money. And I'm looking to get some specific ones built for things like Billy the Kid and all that. But you're looking for a model to be designed specifically. You're looking at about £250, £300 for one. So yeah, Ned Kelly. 350 Ned Kelly. 250. We'll get there. Hopefully. Yeah. But once you've got them, you've got them. So yeah. We'll see how we go with them. One other thing I've noticed is on the shop, and I don't know, you guys might have these things, but I need to put on the barrels and the crates and the signposts and the objectives as a thing to buy, because not everyone will have them as models. And I don't know if you know, but the scale isn't 32 millimeter. It's something like 40, 42. They're pretty big. The big models. I decided to go for bigger because I think they look better. So I know it's a dwarf, but they're a bit bigger than your standard Warhammer, and they're heavier because of the resin. If I got a Necron out, you can see a little bit different size. Yeah, I like the size. Makes it a little bit easier to paint as well, because I'm not the best painter in the world. Yeah. Right, okay, I'm going to get going now, so thank you very much, guys. Definitely same wavelength there. You'll be seeing a TikTok tomorrow with the Native Americans, the Sioux. They sure do. So look out for that. I don't think I'll be on tomorrow night because I've got to go see an old friend, so I won't be streaming tomorrow night. Thursday nights I don't either, but definitely on Friday night. So yes, good night. Have a good evening, and thank you very much again, guys, and see you soon.